Hello, welcome to Drinking with Comics. This is another Half-Pint. If you're watching this, you may say, these guys look like they're drinking the same bottle of beer and they're wearing the same clothes. That's because we're kind of knocking out a couple birds with, one stone. So bear with us. Anyway, on this Half-Pint, I wanted to talk about the Goon and Eric Powell because I had never read the Goon. I've been talking about Big Trouble in Little China, the comic book by Eric Powell and John Carpenter on the show a lot lately.
I just assumed you read the Goon.
And he assumed I read the Goon. And, I had said to him on one episode, like, Eric Powell, how do I know the name? And he said the Goon. I was like, never read it. So I came in a couple days after that, whenever that episode was filmed, and I picked up the first trade that, I looked at the comic books shelves. They have everything. And I brought it up to the front. Mike's like, no, don't go with the first one. So he walked back and he got me the second trade. He's like, start here.
It's the place to start.
So tell people why. You explained it to me, but I don't remember why.
Well, there's a Goon 0 trade, there's a Goon 1 trade, and there's 2.
Goon 2.
And Goon 2, that was when it got picked up by Dark Horse.
Okay.
So he kind of started with the origin of the Goon, which he hadn't told yet.
So previously, who published it?
So the very first 3 issues were published by Avatar.
Okay.
And it was his first go at it.
Okay.
And he was kind of, getting his chops down, and he discovered that he wasn't quite happy with Avatar, so then he went and self-published for about a year and a half, and that was Albatross Flying something. I can't remember the name of the company, but I remember he had the spokesman for Flying Albatross was Dwight, who would send these belligerent actual mailings to the comic shop I worked at. It's like, you're not ordering a Goon, you fucking booze hound. You should be ordering the Goon. And that was my first experience with the Goon. I was like, well, let me see, and then they sent us a Goon color special, and it was amazing. So I started ordering the Goon. This is back when I worked at Jeffries.
So you avoided some kind of an incident, basically. Was this guy basically, this is like
He
the mob where they're like, we're picking up your garbage.
He won my heart with those letters, man.
Okay.
Yeah, because usually it's like you get a letter from a company. It's like, yeah, this is this really innovative idea about a superhero who's bitten by a spider, but he flies, It's like, oh. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, Dwight D. Albatross, I think was his name.
That's an awesome Dwight. If you're watching, keep that name, buddy.
And
how
read these
condescending! I'm
trades
telling him
by all
to keep
means.
his name. Sorry,
but go find those back issues, and because Dwight would also handle the letters columns and stuff, and they were amazing.
Okay, cool.
So anyway, I started ordering the Goon, and it lasted for 4 issues, self-published plus a color special, and then he got picked up by Dark Horse, and when that's like big screen Goon.
Yeah, right.
So the Goon Volume 2 up. As trades are great.
That's Dark Horse.
Read Volume 1. Volume 1's great too. That's like him on his own. And then the Albatross stuff, if you're the kind of person that buys the Nirvana box set to hear the raw demos of songs that they abandoned.
Cool. That's great comparison. I love that.
That's what Goon Volume 0. And I am that guy.
Yeah.
I love Goon 0. I love that old stuff, but
you don't want to get it first because it's not.
Yeah,
it's not going to give
now
you the proper...
there's no need to.
Okay.
You might as well start with Nevermind. You know what I mean? Just start here and go on, and hopefully Eric doesn't do a Kurt Cobain or a Robin Williams and keeps making Goon comics. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I will say it wasn't what I expected.
Ice bucket.
I really liked it. It has an element. There's a definite Dark Horse horror element. It reminded me. There's some elements of Kelly Jones' The Hammer. Not exactly, but there's it's a peer, and some of that Dark Horse horror stuff. But then there's an element of Sunday comics.
Yeah,
which is really cool. Now it's been a couple weeks since I read it, but his buddy, the Goon's buddy,
Frankie,
he looks
knife to the eye.
What? Say that again?
Oh, he's always talking knife to the
eye.
Yes,
yeah. He looks like he's got the white eyes with no pupils, and he looks like not Beetle Bailey, some old cartoon strip character.
Yeah,
maybe it's just the certain...
I know what you mean. I mean, Eric Powell's taken in a lot of influences from EC Comics to Mad Magazine.
EC, that's what I was looking for.
To Frazetta to Norman Rockwell paintings.
Yeah, I mean, it's really. It was really cool.
Have you read the football issue yet? I think that's number 11.
No.
Oh man.
Good.
Oh, it's the best.
Human heads.
Okay.
I'll see.
Well, I don't want to ruin it, but yeah, Goon. I think it was Goon number 11 when it came out, but it's in Volume 4.
And there's this great issue.
Tell us about the octopuses.
The octopi?
Yeah.
What?
Shawn's gonna have to tell you about that.
There's a great issue.
I remember Spider, whose wife is always trying to kill him.
Yes. Yeah. There's a great there's a guy that hangs out at the bar that they hang out at that's like a spider. He's literally a giant spider, and he comes in and drinks, and he bitches about his wife because she wants to kill him because they've mated. And
spiders that what Black Widows, I think they all killed the husbands after they mate.
But there's a great issue where
humans,
it's like
they only kill the souls.
They use photos. Now I don't know if we usually augment anything that we hold up with a still. We'll try to do that here as well. But there's a great issue where it's like the wraparound story is this little kid that runs away and he hides in this barn and reads this comic, and it's done with photos, and it's really cool. When you first see it, you're like, wait, what? And I don't know. I really dug it. Again, not what I expected at all. I expected something a little bit more continuity heavy, and this is definitely seems like everything's single issue standalone or at most 2. And but there is there's a history there. But
take your time. But when you get to it, Chinatown, that's sort of a game changer in the Goon.
Oh,
and he refers to it. It's going to be Goon Volume 6. But,
okay.
Yeah, I mean, he's always talking about what happened in Chinatown.
Okay.
Which is funny when you think about he's doing now. Trouble in Little China.
I wanted to parlay this
into myself.
He's working on this Big Trouble in Little China comic with John Carpenter. Now, do you know, is Eric Powell local? I don't know when.
No, I think he's in Portland or Tennessee or
something. I know John Carpenter's local. And, I should also say I love the art in this. Which is Eric Powell, but wait,
no, he drew the cover. He just wrote it.
Chirilla's the artist, right? Yes, Brian Chirilla.
Okay.
I'm
something like that.
I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong because I pronounce everything.
Chirilla, McGilla, who knows?
But what aren't the double L's? Anyway, whatever.
Who knows?
Any of you that work on this book, anybody that's in LA, be on our show. I mean, I don't know about you. I'm a huge John Carpenter fan. Huge. I mean, Big Trouble is. When you say what's your favorite John Carpenter movie?
Big Trouble in Little China.
I don't
think.
I say Prince of Darkness, and everybody's like,
"Oh, Prince of Darkness is good."
Everybody's like, "Not Big Trouble," and I'm like, "Well, it's like the Coens and Lebowski. You just remove it because it's so good. You just remove it, and then you take everything else. Big Trouble is amazing. It's probably my favorite. So let's just pull it out and judge after that." So
can I do a stunt for the pint? Is it?
Yeah, sure. We're at the end of the pint.
So all right. So I mean, I'm gonna be wet for the rest of the episode, but that's okay, right?
That's fine.
All right, so we're gonna merge everything that's happened in August. I need to move back. So okay, so we have the ALS thing, which donate to ALS, right? Robin Williams committed suicide. Okay,
which sucks.
Ferguson sucks. And whenever a brother dies, we pour a beer in the ground, right, for a brother.
Yeah.
So for all you people out there considering suicide right now, I just want you to watch this video. This is for you. Whenever you think about killing yourself, just watch this YouTube clip.
No.
And that's for Ferguson, that's for Robin Williams, that's for ALS.